Oh yeah, hey, so here's just a quick one. I've got this reel-to-reel here that I really like. I think it's really awesome, and I think it's really cool. But man, I was thinking to myself, as awesome as it is to listen to music on this thing, it kind of sucks that, I'm sitting over here in my chair, and I want to listen to my Hawaiian Enchantment, and every time I do that, if I want to pause it or play it, I gotta walk over here, I gotta push play, and if I want to stop it, I gotta push stop. If I want faster, I gotta push all these buttons to make it do all these things. Oh, that's so inconvenient. Ignoring all of the other inconveniences of playing music on reel-to-reel, of course, of which there are many. So I'll tell you what I does here. I go to a garage sale. This was a while ago. Now that I went to this garage sale, and I picked up one of these at the garage sale. It's a reel-to-reel remote, right? But the problem is, this is an Akai reel-to-reel, and this is a remote for a dock order reel-to-reel, which I don't have. I think Ollie got himself stuck behind the door again. Hold on, let me just, hello! You big doofus. Yeah, go hide. Yeah, go hide. Don't bother Lily. But luckily, this thing does have the correct number of pins on the plug. So this Akai wants a plug with 11 pins, and this has 11 pins. Unfortunately, not all of the pins do the same thing. So like, this is the RC17, the remote that Akai does want. And you can see, each wire going to each pin. So like, that's pin 1, that's pin 4, that's pin 2, 3, 7, 8, 5, 6. But then when I go to the dock order remote and I look at them, these are the pins it's actually using. 6, 4, 9, 10, 7, 2, 8. Keen-eyed viewers may notice that those aren't the same numbers. So, problem. Now, some of the other pins that aren't, showing up here or there, those are actually dummy pins. There's no wire connected to them at all. They don't do anything. So the problem that I have now is, the pins aren't lining up. So what I do is I just take the thing apart, right? And I use this to keep track of what pin goes where and, where everything's supposed to be. And I basically do my best to get all of the correct pins in the correct spot by just moving the wires around inside of this thing. There's a board on the inside of this. And I got some of the functions working. So like, fast forward, couldn't get it working. And the reason that fast forward wasn't working was because the Akai reel-to-reel is expecting pin 1 to be for fast forward. But when I look at the pins that I have available that actually do things, 1 is not an option. And the only other way to do this would be to rip the plug apart and just basically destroy it in order to get the wires in the right place. But I wanted to do this in a way that if I ever wanted to put this remote back to how it originally was, I could do it easily. And I can do that this way. I just rearranged a couple wires in here. I didn't destroy anything. So, lost a little bit of functionality. Something else I ended up doing was taking a tiny piece of wire and bridging 2 of the pins. And that worked, so that's neat. So now we have some pretty solid functionality for this remote, which I'd like to show you. So, remote is plugged back in. As previously established, fast forward isn't going to work, but play does work. Very cool. Now, rewind also works. Very cool. Record also works. I'm not going to do it because this is a pre-recorded tape and I don't want to wreck it, but trust me, it does work. It turns the little red light on there. This red light didn't get that wired up correctly, so that's not working. Now, one problem that I did run into is this thing is old, right? So I had the correct wires to make the stop function work. That guy right there. But it didn't work when I hooked it up. So I was trying to figure out why that was, and my buddy Aria suggested, well, why don't you just test the button? And so I tested the button, and it turns out that that button just isn't working, which is very cool. So like when I would hook up the 2 stop wires, this button is just stuck open all the time. So when I would hit those 2 stop wires, put them in the correct place, it would just stop everything. Like you couldn't play, you couldn't do anything. And then I figured out if you just touch the 2 wires together, it'll still stop it. But then if you separate them, you can play it, yada, yada, yada. So I decided what I would actually do is just kind of put on my own button. Don't worry, I didn't break anything to make this happen. Just get a little more cable here. I kind of just sort of wedged it under the plastic there. But, it's in there. It does work. So, here we go. Play your tape, huh? And then This little guy over here? Ah, that stops it. Very cool. So now I can be all the way over here in my comfy chair that's full of cat hair. I wonder who did that. Lily. Who filled my comfy chair with cat hair? Lily, you horrible beast. Be all the way over here in my comfy chair and I can just bada bing bada boom, listen to whatever I want from the comfort of my chair way over here and stop it if I want to. Oh no. Uh-oh. Okay, it's all good. When I pushed it up against the wall, the plug got wiggled a little. It's all good. Still works. Don't worry. So yeah, I can... From the comfort of my chair. Also, please ignore all the cardboard on the floor. The cats have been... They were busy yesterday and the day before that. Oh, I'm all done. Let me just rewind my tape. Yeah, look at her go. Look at her go. Look at her go. Yeah. Yeah, Ollie, stay away from that. Ollie, that's not for you. Nice.